Hi, I'm Ernie Medina with TRB, and today I want to talk a little bit about the reholster procedure and process. Now, there's certainly many videos out there about how to properly holster draw and how to do it quickly and efficiently, and those are all great. But I want to talk a little bit about the reholster process and what the thought and mindset is behind it and what drives how we do it. So, first of all, the reholster process or procedure is not a quick procedure. By and large. In most cases, you're not going to reholster quickly. And I'm talking more of a CCW type situation and something defense outside of the home, where if I have to employ my firearm and I throw rounds downrange, I don't have to reholster quickly, most times. There are exceptions to the rule, as with anything else, but in most cases, you do not have to reholster quickly. That being said, we actually don't want to reholster quickly, and here's why. So if you really think about it, you just fired off your firearm, you potentially neutralized the threat, and unfortunately took somebody's life. That's about to sink in fight or flight, and all that's going to rush in. The most dangerous time that you could be manipulating your firearm with all that going on is during the reholster process. So my philosophy in that particular situation is take your time. Don't be in a hurry. And do it right, and do it in a way that helps you come down from fight or flight in a good way. That being said, let's just say we've drawn, we've shot. Okay, first we want to index our firearm. So we're done shooting. And then I want to drop my firearm about an inch or two so that way now I can see above my sights what's going on, okay? I also want to keep my head on target where the threat was and start to fan just using my eyeballs. So right now, okay, I'm just going to scan left, scan right with my eyeballs and verify there are no other threats. That being the case, then I'm going to come back to position 4, and in fact, I'm going to come back to position 4 almost that slow. From there, I'm going to do what I call my big scan, and I'm going to look, I particularly look over my dominant side first because I can get more of a field of view and I can look behind me a little bit further with that one. So I'm going to look over my dominant side first, keeping the firearm pointed where the threat was, okay, in retention. So it's not down or away from my body. It's in retention. I'm in that good body posture, and I'm looking. And I'm looking slowly. I'm looking to see if there are any other threats, okay? And then I'm going to look over my support shoulder, looking for any other threats. Now, if you notice, the firearm stays back here. In order for me to get over this shoulder, I may have to disconnect my support hand so that way I can pull away while not pulling the firearm offline, so to speak, okay? And then come back in. Then from there, I'm going to find the side of my, I'm going to find the holster with the side of my slide. Okay, so I'm going to keep my eyes pointed down range or on the potential threat, and I'm going to find my holster with the side of my slide. My support hand comes over to the rib cage, okay? Once I find my holster, all I'm going to do is drop it in. When I do that, if you notice from this angle, okay, I find the holster, it's pointed down in a safe direction, I come up, and all I do is drop it in. I never point at myself. I never try to find or fish for the holster using the muzzle of my firearm, because what I'm doing as a byproduct is pointing the firearm at my hip, which I certainly don't want. And again, we talked about this being the most dangerous time that I could be manipulating a firearm. I want to take out any possibility of hurting myself or anyone else for that matter. So that's just a way that we can reholster methodically. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate one full time of how we do that without speaking through it so you can get a better picture. So I've drawn, I'm done shooting. And I'm done. Another aspect of this is that I'm not going to be static in real life. That was just a static example. In real life, if I have a threat, once I've neutralized the threat, I'm going to be moving offline. So a lot of times I would be doing this kind of searching and assessing and reholstering while moving offline, left, right, whatever the situation is. So understand that this demonstration was static, but understand that you might be doing this likely in a moving scenario, which I encourage a lot of folks to practice doing these manipulations while moving. So those are just a couple tips on how to reholster methodically and properly while keeping everything safe for you, especially when dealing with fight or flight.